Good morning. It's Monday, October 26th, and I went out Saturday and I voted. I had gotten my absentee ballots a couple of weeks before. My wife and I filled our ballots out. I put them in the appropriate envelope, and I took off for the Deer Park Fire Department polling place. And when I got there, I couldn't get off the parkway. There was a long line going down the street to the polling place. Cars were parked on both sides of the road. Traffic was awful. I figured I'm screwed. I'll never get in there. But it crept along, and I finally got down to the intersection, and on the left was a line of people that turned out to be over a half-mile long. In fact, it was so long that there were people sitting in chairs. They had brought folding chairs with them. And on the right was the Art League of Long Island. Now, I am a member of the Art League, so I took a quick look and I saw an empty spot in their parking lot. So I turned my car around, got into the parking lot, and it was a handicap spot. But I have a handicap permit, so I parked. When I got out of my car holding my ballots, a couple came by and they saw me and they said, "You're a smart man. We did the same thing, but you got to walk at least a half a mile down there to get to the ballot box." And they described where it was. So I went down and I followed this line of people. And some were reading books and some were chatting with their neighbors. And everybody was wearing a mask. I have to tell you that. Everybody was wearing a mask. I got all the way down to the end of the line, and a gentleman pointed to where the ballot box was. They had several security people there with their bright green vests on. And I went in, and it was a young lady helping people vote, telling them what to do. And the ballot box was standing right there at the doorway. And I went over and I put my ballot in the ballot box. And I left. And I went out the back way, and I cut through some woods and across the grass, and that cut the walk down to about only a quarter of a mile. So that was my voting experience. And once I got parked, it was pretty easy, and it looked like it was efficiently run. And there was no extraneous matter going on. There were no protesters there. People were happy and they were voting. And I'm hoping that's what the case is going to be all around the country. But based upon the volumes I saw, we are going to have probably the largest turnout that we ever had in this country. But I'm happy to see people out there voting, and I'm happy to see people of every age and color and description voting. So that was my voting experience. And then over here, coming right up, you're going to see a cute little quip that I pulled out of an email that I got from one of my friends. And I pulled this out because this is what's going on in the world today. Now you've seen the clip, and you see that it's an advertisement for people who might be affected in a future lifetime because they use a lot of hand sanitizers. And the reason I show you this clip is because on the news, on the radio, on television, there are constant ads being run by law firms who specialize in some segment of the law. I hear ads talking about child abuse, sexual abuse of children by the Boy Scouts, by the Archdiocese of whatever, by teachers. And these guys at this law firm specialize in taking care of that particular thing. And then I hear the ads for those people who unfortunately were heroic during 9/11, and they were at the site of the World Trade Center, and they ingested the fumes. And we got these law firms claiming there's 400,000 people out there who may still be affected, and we're going to help them get what they deserve. And they do deserve something, and they should be protected. But it bothers me that we now have law firms specializing in all of these various, I don't want to call them crimes necessarily, in all of these various incidents and accidents and things that happen to you. And they are specialists in this one particular area of the law. And they make a big deal out of it, and they run ads. And I remember when lawyers couldn't advertise. And I think that it should go back to that. I don't think lawyers should be advertising, because they are specialists in this and specialists in that. I think people should be intelligent enough that when they have a problem, they know what to do about it. And there should be counseling. There should be something that says, if you have a problem, you can call this place and we will direct you to the appropriate party. We shouldn't see these hundreds of ads advertising the specialties of the law. I know these lawyers want to make money, and every one of these ads says they got somebody so much and so much and so much. And they got some victim standing up there and said, I was going to get $3,000, but I went to Joe Blow and his firm got me $1 million. And it's nauseating. And having said all of that, I wish you all a good day. And go out and vote. Vote safely. If you're going to stand online, bring a chair. Good luck. Bye.